for our annual Volunteer Appreciation Party. We have got a packed, fun-filled evening like you've never seen before. There's so many thank yous that we'll get to, but I just wanted to thank you first and just let you know that we can't do this. We can't be Playhouse Square without you. And so this night is all about you. So sit back and relax, but first, yeah, you guys are amazing. I would like to introduce our leader, the head of our organization. We are so fortunate because this man is gonna be everywhere tonight. He's got 15 different engagements, so we are really, really fortunate that our president and CEO, Craig Hassel, is here with us tonight. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Well, thank you, Megan. Good evening, everyone. You all look terribly sweet, you Redcoats. Sweet in the land. I must say, when we had the Jump Back Ball, which is about a month or so ago, and the theme was Candy in the Land, and I thought, I have no idea what that means. But I tell you, it was the best theme ever, because everyone was dressed up in colourful outfits, and the best thing is there's all these sweets now for you guys as a result, so it's wonderful. Just to echo Meg's words, you Redcoats are the lifeblood of Playhouse Square. Honestly, we could not do what we do without you. It's amazing. And I just personally, whenever I come to a show, you always say hello, you're always so friendly, and I look at how you deal with particularly elderly people, young children, people who are a bit confused when they first visit the Playhouse Square, and you're so helpful and so polite, and it's just great to see. And you know, I get so much feedback from members of the audience saying, we love the Redcoats, we love the Redcoats. In fact, I was in Detroit the other week seeing an opera, and they were saying, we've heard about Playhouse Square, you have the Redcoats, right? Are they all volunteers? I said, yes, there's more than 2,000, all volunteers. And they said, wow, I wish we had that in Detroit. I was like, well, I'm terribly sorry. Come to Cleveland, there we are. So just very quickly, thank you, but I have some stats that Meg has prepared for me, which I want to read, because these are quite amazing. Are you ready for this? So for 2024, we had 2,276 Redcoats. Amazing! Many of whom are here tonight. And you contributed 208,862 hours of volunteer service. So thank you so much. And we're already in the first quarter of 2025. Can you believe that? Goodness me. But you've already volunteered for 52,898 hours. That's this already this year. Incredible. Now, 85% of you guys, the Redcoats, have 85% or better attendance, and 70% of you have, guess what? 100%. Put your hand up, 100%ers. Yes, look at that. Wonderful, wonderful. And also, I'm really pleased that we've now reintroduced tours of Playhouse Square, and the tours are all staffed by the Redcoats. And I've been on a couple with Ross and the team, and we've had visitors from out of town coming in. And I did say to Ross, I said, I love taking people on tours as well, and I never let the truth get in the way of a good story. So if you've got some facts, or you want to make up some facts at Playhouse Square, just throw them in. I don't really care. As long as it's entertaining, that's more important than the truth. That's my advice. I'll probably get shot down for saying that. I don't think Ruth, our archivist, is here. She would kill me. But the tours are wonderful. And the private tours have been sold out. It's just been wonderful. So thank you again for all the work you do in that respect. And lastly, I know some of you helped out. We had our St. Patrick's Day Parade float, which was a fantastic chandelier, a crystal chandelier, and we had a stack of Redcoats volunteering for that as well. So to all of you that came to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, helped us out with that. It was wonderful, Playhouse Square, great for the city, and just great to see you out and about. So it's great seeing you also not in red coats. I mean, yeah, I love seeing your red coats, but it's also lovely seeing you as you are. So on that note, have a wonderful night. As Meg said, tonight is all about you. I saw rehearsals this afternoon, and I'm very pleased to say all the performers you're going to see on stage are also all Redcoats. The only non-Redcoat tonight, I'm afraid, is me. But the band, the dancers, the singers, all Redcoats. You have a wonderful time. So thank you for all your service, and I'll see you around the lobby. So thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
thank you, Craig, for those wonderful remarks. We can get him a red coat. Anyone brings up they don't have a red coat, we can fix that. I just want to give you my heartfelt thanks, and I promise not to get choked up, but anytime I talk about our Redcoats, I'm in awe. That is the only word I can come up with, in awe. There are over 2,000 of you that are willing to use your time and your talents and to come here and to give that to Playhouse Square. You are one of our largest donors here at Playhouse Square. And that is why tonight, the board, as you noticed when you came in, all of the trustees and the board of Playhouse Square wanted to be standing there and applauding each of you because they know what you contribute and what you are to Playhouse Square. When you look at the number of hours, as Craig said, when we go over 2 million hours, if I was paying you all $10 an hour, which I don't have, but you guys are this humongous donor. And I know you do it not because of the recognition, although we like our pins, but because of your love for Playhouse Square. And I just want you to know that goes both ways. And we love all of you. So thank you for everything you do. Enjoy tonight. And I'm going to welcome to the podium, just to give a quick remark and a quick thank you, my partner in crime. I could not do this without my front of house director and that whole team. I'm going to welcome Sarah. Everyone knows Sarah Martin. Let's welcome her.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to make this very brief but very heartfelt. I thank you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you all when I come into the theaters. And I know I said this last year, but I'm going to say it again. I ask you all so often to pivot and switch positions, and can you just do this? Can you just come with me really fast? Without you all making those decisions to help and for the greater good, we couldn't do what we do every night. This past weekend, we had every theater in the complex occupied except for the Out Cult, and we had no issues. So that was for you. Thank you all so very much. House managers who are here, thank you all as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the theaters. Good night.
All right. We love Sarah and all of our house managers. There's so many thanks, so many people that have done so much to put together tonight. You're going to enjoy it. I'm going to do a couple of awards now. And then we're going to move into our Redcoats Live program. Wait till you see, I mean, they have been practicing, the band, the singers, the dancers, the performers. But first I want to give a couple of our yearly awards. As you know, we give out a Spotlight Award every quarter. And so our winners for this past, we have 3 to give out since we last met, because we were here in August. So we have our Summer Award winner, and this is our new Redcoat, who has done the greatest number of hours in each quarter. So these are folks who just joined our team and have just come out of the gate, like incredible. So for summer of 2024, with 198 hours, yeah, is that incredible? Was Pia Bang. Pia? Are you here, Pia? She's here. There she is. While she makes her way up the stairs, just go ahead and toot her horn again. You're not going to believe this. Second quarter for fall of 2024, the winner is PMA. But I want you to listen to the number for her second quarter as a Redcoat. 410.25 hours. 410. And our final Spotlight Award, we're actually going to bring up a friend so that P is not alone, with 188 hours for winter of 2025, Seth Goldhammer. Seth, where are you? Come up and join us, and thank you, Seth, for that incredible contribution. We couldn't do it without this, and it's so exciting when we have new Redcoats join us, And we typically each year, because of different attrition, people move, people have grandbabies and they move on, they go to other states. We end up with about 250 new Redcoats. And with Seth and Pia coming on board, we are well taken care of. Congratulations, Seth and Pia. We have one more award before we get to Redcoats Live. And this is our Star Award winner. As you know, you're often nominated by each other, your house managers, guests, and you receive those nice Star Awards for all of your terrific efforts. And so we put every name in there for the whole time, and we drew one out. So this year's Star Award winner, and you're all winners, and thank you everyone who got a Star Award, but this year's name that was drawn, Lynn Spurley. Lynn, come on out. She's a dancer. We got to pull her out. Come on, Lynn. Don't be shy. Oh, all the names are on the floor. There is Lynn receiving her award, her bag. So thank you to Lynn. We will be doing door prize drawings. We have all these beautiful bags with door prizes. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to get to the best part of the evening. These folks have been practicing, the dancers, the actors, the musicians. Everyone has been working really hard by Zoom, in person, and dress rehearsals today. So please enjoy. This was written by, will be performed by, and hopefully applauded and laughed at by all of you. So enjoy Redcoats Live. Thank you, everyone.
there is an off-Broadway production in the works called Redcoats. It's showcased in the abstract style of modern expressionism. Now, it's the first 10 minutes of every show from behind a door. Coming to the Helen in 2026. Now, the working name for this show was Redcoat Follies, in the standard classical cabaret of musical selections. Now, our first sketch for you tonight is the writer's room brainstorming this show. You know, fellow Redcoats, we should have a show by, for, and about Redcoats.
Ooh, we could call it Redcoats Live. And we could do parodies of Broadway songs, for example. I hate stuffing. I hate stuffing. Gherkin stuffing could drive me insane.
Good idea, but it could be kid shows, can't stand kid shows, all that crying and shouting and noise, and they're crazy, that big bird really just annoys.
Yeah. You know, we could do something with What's the Buzz? Tell me what's happening, right?
Right, how about, watch your step, be careful what's happening, watch your step, be careful what's happening.
Great, but it could be watch your step, be careful as you go.
Yeah, the work too, but since we're on Frozen, and recruiting volunteers, how about
Do you wanna be a redcoat? Do you wanna see a show? We can teach you how to usher, then we can tell you where to go.
And can you feel the buzz tonight? It's a story of the show. It's a Joe Carey who tells us things, sometimes more than we should know.
How about a song about house managers?
Easy. Master of the house and the boss. Learn very quickly who not to cross.
Michael is his name, never, never Mike. His response may be something you won't like.
cool, but we can't neglect the classics.
Right.
I had to stand all night. I had to stand all night. There was no seat for me.
Wait, I do like this better. We had to sweep each night. We have to do it right to see what's left behind. Could be a watch or a ring or almost
be worse. The Helen steps behind me. Here they come, the ones who might be lost, whose paths have gotten crossed, and only one for me is to tell them where to go to see the
Well, since we hit Les Mis and Frozen, we can't leave out Wicked.
Red coating has possessed me. 1,000 hours is my aim. I'm trying to gain more hours to make myself a name.
Get a new pin for my jackets, 'cause I'm a great volunteer, working 13 shows this month with my 100-hour pin near. So I'm denying insanity, but I still won't resort to profanity, and this won't bring me down. Or we could do, there's a siege for us, somewhere a siege for us, warm and cozy and free from care, siege for us somewhere.
Here's one of my favorites. How to handle a patron. There's a way to do so with grace. For any time they show up, we're just happy they're in our place. Nah.
I got one. If I were a redcoat, really? It could work.
Well, I got a good one from Hamilton. You'll be back, don't you see? Wristbands get you in more easily. Don't be cross, don't be rude. We don't need your silly attitude. Second act, don't be late. When wristbands tell us that you truly rate, without one, you're denied. So I hope you brought a scarf and umbrella, 'cause you'll have to stay outside.
For our weekday team, oh what a beautiful morning, oh what a beautiful day. I'm here at 8 in the morning, working a school matinee. Of course they don't have to be Broadway shows.
You think? Oh.
They work hard for the pretzels, so hard for the pretzels. They work hard for the pretzels, so you better treat them right.
You know, we do need a song about holds. How about this?
1, 2, 3.
Don't you ever show up late, 'cause if you do, you'll have to wait. The show's starting when you're outside. No, don't try to run, nowhere to hide. The whole town, you ain't in. the outside looking in. And you wanna be back on the inside once again. The show has started, this you know. Should have been here an hour ago. You're on the outside looking in. You know what would be great is doing a song parody that would include a dance number. Something to get really big, you know.
You mean like Motown or a Temptations number?
You know the marquee lights are bright on you.
On you, babe.
They say there's always magic in the air.
On you, babe.
And when you're walking down the street, another redcoat you'll meet. You'll be so glad you're here at Playhouse Square.
On you, babe. The atmosphere is something else. On you, babe.
On you, babe.
For food and drink, there's such more there to choose. On you, babe. It's always good to make some time to have a meal with a glass of wine or a point from a local wine room. On you, babe. You know the shows are always great. On you, babe. On you, babe. We'll have to bring home space somewhere someday. On you, babe. And I know it's very clear that underneath that chandelier, a place where we'll ride right here on you, babe. On you, babe.
Yes, to be sure, Euclid is the place to be, and Playhouse Square appreciates our over 2,000 volunteers who generously donate their time to keep things moving at over 1,100 events per year. But that does not mean there isn't an occasional issue with a redcoat who isn't behaving exactly right. So let's look in, as Director of Volunteer Meg Colwell has a serious discussion with a rather recalcitrant redcoat. Sup, Meggers?
5 words, DJ. Volunteer Handbook, page 14, uniform.
But check it out. Toss it.
DJ, we need to talk. I've got some things here, I wrote them down. We have to go over, I'm concerned, and I've got a couple of questions, a couple of things.
All right, well, shoot, or fire away. Can I say fire in here?
Okay, well, I understand. Well, so the first thing that came to my attention, when you were working the palace, you were at the stairs, you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Were you saying to guests, watch your step? I don't want to have to pick anyone up tonight?
Well, it was either that or watch your step. I don't want to fill out paperwork tonight.
Well, I understand. But there's been other issues. Remember, Miss Saigon was your beautiful show?
Yes, yeah.
Right, but it was running a half an hour late. You know, it's theater. Were you telling the guests so that the helicopter wouldn't crash into the building?
Well, I also told them that the lobby was open, the bathrooms were open, and the bar was open, so 3 out of 4 ain't bad, right?
Well, that's fair. But another issue came up when you were seating patrons. Now, I understand they come in and some of them were saying, oh no, I got this, I know where I'm going. Were you turning to them and saying, then let me get you a red jacket?
We still need ushers on Friday and Saturday nights, don't we?
Well, that's true. That is true.
Just trying to be helpful.
Now, when you were assigned to the box office lobby, were you saying to the guests, all the wicked people go this way?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
It was Jesus Christ Superstar.
At least I didn't give them free tickets to Hadestown.
All right, that's good. Well, work on that.
Okay.
Now, I understand that during Les Mis, you were seating a guest, and were you singing the song from Les Mis, On My Own?
Yeah, she was really cute, and I wanted her to know that I'm single.
Oh. Single ladies, see DJ during the party. Thank you. Okay, that's good news there, DJ. Now, speaking of singing, during Hamilton, we get the guests, they're singing along.
So annoying.
Okay, but did you really go up and tell them that auditions were last week?
It was either that or add harmony.
Now, DJ, a head usher told me that while you were working wheelchair duty, you're out at Euclid to do wheelchair duty, that you were holding the door open for people?
Yeah, I was telling them that I found my life calling as a doorstop.
Well, you are pretty good at it.
I was holding 2 doors at once.
Oh, great skills, DJ. Now, a quick question. People have been saying that you said that you're writing a play about Playhouse Square.
Yeah, and it's called Murder at Playhouse Square. And guess who did it? A redcoat! Because the blood would match in with the jacket.
That explains why we all have to go through the scanners now.
Oh, my bad. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, well, and speaking of security, was it you that was saying, ladies, line up here, we need to inspect your handbags, we know who's dangerous here?
We check the wallets of the guys?
That's true, we don't. Couple more things. We don't check the wallets, and we also have a lot of things going on. Remember Seinfeld? 2 shows back to back, quick turnarounds, crowds arriving early. They're lining up. I'm just going to read this quote. Were you yelling, no pushing, no shoving, no fighting, no biting?
And if you don't have your tickets out ready to be scanned, it's back to the end of the line.
Have you also been telling guests how far it is to the Palace Theater?
Just another half mile to the doors and then another 20 flights of stairs up to your seat. Get all those steps in.
Okay.
Work off the bagel.
Thank you.
Pretzel.
Yeah. Now, DJ, this is fairly serious. Okay, this really came to my attention. You were attending a show as a guest. Redcoat Kelly, also, she's a Redcoat. She's here as a guest. And did you go up to her, and I'm going to quote this. Did you say to Kelly, Kelly, I just realized that I haven't seen you with your clothes on.
I meant without your uniform on. Without your uniform on.
All right, well, DJ, I'm afraid that there's just,
No.
I think your future
No,
here.
no, Meg, please, no, Meg, I love being a redcoat. No, please.
Based on your performance, DJ, we're going to have to make you member of the volunteer office team. And you have to change your name to Meg.
What? Ross doesn't have to do that.
Thank you, DJ.
Fellow Redcoats, it's time to get you in on the act. Now this next song is going to be one called Let's Hear It for the Volunteers, and you are going to play a vital part. As a matter of fact, it's not as much a sing-along as it can be a shout-along as well. Now, your part goes like this. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Now your part is the hey. And if you want to shout along as well, holler out, let's hear it for the volunteers again. Let's practice it one more time. Because it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Very nice, very nice. Yep. Here comes Kelly stationed by the door, wheelchairs ready and smiles galore. Everyone's welcome, we make that clear. Let's hear it for the volunteers, cause it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Very nice. There goes Tom, he's a tour guide boss. Keep folks together so they don't get lost, but makes country history real and dear. Let's hear it for the volunteers, cause it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers. There stands Andy to scan your phone, tickets in an email to download. Can't find the app, so stand over here. Let's hear it for the volunteers, cause it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Let's hear it for the volunteers. The show is over and the sweep is on. Never know what you'll glance upon. Coats and foams, orange pints of beer spilled everywhere. Let's hear it for the volunteers, cause it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers, cause it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Redcoats helping every day, standing strong for 45 years. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Yeah!
Good evening. For those of you Thank you. Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ross. I'm a proud Redcoat tour guide, head usher, and ambassador. I've got the brochures right here. And I also work 20 hours a week in the volunteer department. So yes, I'm one of those people who tell you at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday that the show you wanted to work has been filled. Now my actual title in the volunteer department is Special Projects, but my job description is Other Duties as Assigned. Thank you. Other Duties as Assigned, yes. And tonight my assigned duty is to take up some fairly serious topics with the Redcoat team. Wait a minute.
serious?
Sounds like a stretch to me.
Isn't it like asking the fox to guard the house?
Or the bull to decorate the china shop?
Guys, this is a serious discussion. First, we have heard rumors that there is a rating system for the shows among the Redcoats. Now, it's perfectly okay to say, that show was great and I didn't even have to pay for it. Or even, that show was so good, I'd pay to see it. But please, please try not to say anything negative about
You mean like I should be paid to work this show?
Or there's 3.5 hours of my life I'll never get back.
That's exactly what we don't want. Our mission is to promote people coming to Playhouse Square, to come and see our shows and to enjoy themselves.
Well, that's right, but it's actually a daily award.
Our mission is to promote people coming to Playhouse Square.
Oh, okay. Is it okay to say that Playhouse Square draws more people than the Browns?
And we play better too.
It's the truth. Well, I guess that's okay. Now, there is a rumor that the volunteer department staff, there's a rumor we need to dispel. You know, we work really hard to fulfill your requests, and it's very difficult sometimes, but it is not true that there is an award for the snarkiest reply to a request on a weekly basis.
Wait a minute, I may have heard this somewhere before, but I think that's right, it's actually a daily award.
Especially on a Wednesday. You know, the best description for Redcoats scheduling is assembling a moving jigsaw puzzle.
And I figured out why Ross works there. He's really good at disappointing women.
And men.
Gentlemen, please.
Men? Yes.
Gentle?
Never. Is there a ventriloquist in the house?
Why do you ask?
We already have a dummy on the stage.
Thanks a lot, guys. Can we move on? Another simple request from the volunteer office. When we assign you to a show, there is no need to send us an email saying thank you. That just adds to the number of emails that we have to process on a given day. And our thank you is you showing up.
Well, thank you for not making us say thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys!
Whoops! I did it again! I played with your heart!
Who sings that? Who sings that?
Bobby Benton?
Frank Sinatra.
Katy Perry.
Dolly Parton.
No, it's Britney Spears, and let's keep it that way. Besides, if we wanted you to sing, you'd be down here instead of up there.
And it would improve the talent down there tremendously.
Proving once again that two bald heads are not better than one. Moving on. There is another persistent rumor that we need to discuss, that Redcoats are a cult. Overlooking the religious ramifications, let's examine the characteristics of a cult. First, cult members generally dress alike. Second, they follow a strict code of behaviors that starts with indoctrination.
You mean like insisting that people are always smiling?
That's two.
Third, they follow the dictates of a charismatic leader.
I'm not sure that Meg or Sarah qualify as charismatic.
but they are in charge and beautiful.
Kiss 'em. Fourth, they're always recruiting others to join their beliefs and join their program.
Probably call them ambassadors or something like that.
Or might even use brochures,
Or email?
or internet videos.
Sound like anyone we know?
Finally, they adopt a mantra or phrasing that is required as part of their membership.
Something like, watch your step?
Or can I help you find your seat?
Or thanks for coming?
I'll be damned. That's 5 out of 5. We are out!
Finally, as you may be aware, we have been looking for a new Redcoat motto to celebrate 45 years of service to Playhouse Square. And we are open to suggestions. So far, we have Redcoats, 45 years of dedicated service.
Should be 45 years of watching your step.
How about Redcoats? 45 years of telling people where to go.
Well, we are still looking for suggestions.
You know, I'm really glad that Chuck is on the Broadway series this year.
Why is that?
Otherwise, this would be the corniest show of the season.
And you, Statler and Waldorf, helped make it that way.
I'm working daily with a new Redcoat trainee. Tell them it's easy if you simply follow me. First thing is smile and know just where you're supposed to be. Must be 50 ways to be a Redcoat. 50 ways to be a Redcoat. Now it all starts well before the show. Redcoats gather and get their assignments from the house manager, and then they make sure that the patrons get where they're supposed to be. 1, 2, 3. It's all time for a call, Saul. Straighten that tie, guy. Be sure to smile loud. Crew is ready to be. Man to hell door, Lenore. Guide the folks in, Lynn. I'll call Lobby Boss, Ross. Just listen to me.
Show them the way, Jay. Wheelchair duty, Trudy. Guard the ticket lobby, Bobby. Easy as can be. Hold the door for the flow, Joe. No sneaking in back, Jack. Buzz clouds can be hairy, Mary. Treat them all pleasantly.
Okay, we got him to the theater. Now what?
Your work in the palace. Just be there to scan. Usher them in when the doors open free. Show them through the bomb tunnel. Monitor the aisle car. Use that flashlight, Dwight, so the patrons can see.
Check the tickets and roll flow. Agile to Sue. No photos are planned and be kind and friendly. You're on mezzanine, Eileen. Balcony with a view, Stu. Evacuation CP seems simple to me.
Keep them off the stage, Paige. Steer clear of the urn. Watch out for the stair, Claire. Get it in safely. Turn off the phone, Joe. Let them take in a snack, Jack. Ask them to be quiet. That's the Redcoat way to be.
Once in a while, a show may be delayed. If this should happen, no need to be afraid. The house manager will tell you how this should be played. You'll have to help when you're a Redcoat. Lots of help when you're a Redcoat.
What do we do after the show?
Check out the space, Grace. Help keep the place clean, Jane. Sweep through every row, Joe. Never know what you'll see. Keep doing the sweep, Philippe. Help the crowd on their way, Katie. And performance for
How
free.
about school shows?
Midnight school bus bus, bring in the kids, sis. It's matinee, they leading diligently. Going to teach chaperones, though. Show them to the potty, Donnie. Make them wash their hands, cause kids are gross.
Could I help with the chores?
Oak in the state, keep the line Valentine. Keep them engaged, while they wait for entry. Be the best tour guide, right? Show them every theater, Peter. Teach them about VSQs. Tours work wonderfully.
If you're confused, there's not sure who's ahead. They'll be patient and they'll repeat what I just said. No more hesitating, just take a blank and volunteer to be a redcoat. I agree, I'm no longer in a bind. Every one of you is so helpful and so kind. Thanks to you all for helping me make up my mind now. I'm gonna be a redcoat. There's 50 ways to be a redcoat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've had as much fun watching Redcoats Live as we have had putting it on for you. And there's only one way to end it. It's by taking another perfectly good song and rearranging it to reflect what our wonderful Playhouse Square means to Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. Start spreading the word. New York is passé. I get to see the Broadway shows at Playhouse Square. Sing the you don't need to stray. Life's much more fun when you are at Playhouse Square.
All right, all right, all right. Can we give one more big round of applause for that amazing performance? What's happening?
Now it all starts well before the show. Redcoats gather and get their assignments from the house manager, and then they make sure that the patrons get where they're supposed to be. Be on time for the call, Saul. Straighten that tie, guy. Be sure to smile like. Cruise
Okay, we got him in the theater, now what?
Once in a while, a show may be delayed. If this should happen, no need to be afraid. The house manager will tell you how this should be played. You have to help when you're a redcoat. Lots of hope when you're a redcoat. What do we do after the show?
Check out the space. I'm gonna write this Spanish figure so I can read it.
Well, what about school shows?
School bus stops, bringing every kid. It's a matinee, baby. It's not a jubilee. Find a teacher, show them all. Show them to the crowd. Make much better names. 'Cause kids are the closest to me.
How with the tours?
Both in the state game. Get in line out of time. Keep engaged, page one of my friends. Best work on time. Show them everything. There's the back things to do.
If you're confused or not sure who's the head, they'll be patient and they'll repeat just what I've said. No more hesitating, just take the plunge instead and volunteer to be a redcoat. I am no longer in a bind. Every one of you is so helpful and so kind. Thanks to you all for helping me make up my mind. Now I'm gonna be a redcoat. There's 50 ways to be a redcoat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've had as much fun watching Redcoats live as we've had putting it on for you. And there's only one way to end it. And that's by taking another perfectly good song and rearranging it to reflect what our wonderful Playhouse Square means to the citizens of Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. Start spreading the news. New York has stayed. I get to see the Broadway shows at Playhouse Square. Take those curtains home. You don't need to stray. Life's much more fun when you are at Playhouse Square. I want to wake up in my house so cozy bed and know my party is free and my home will be red. My Cleveland home blue. Beat out New York gray. I really feel the heart of it at Playhouse Square.